Hello and welcome to another video of CDS Maths. And previously, I have made two videos on the CDS 1 2026, of which I have compiled the 100 questions that were asked in the CDS 1 2026 Maths. But as we see that not every question is so much complicated that we think of. So I have taken out the 30 those questions which don't even use any special formula or the special calculations. So that's why in this video I will just solve those questions without even using too much complicated methods, and some of the questions are those that they don't even need to put on our pen or paper to solve them. So moving on to the first question in this series of CDS 1 2026 Maths top 30 questions. First is, what is the value of k for which k square minus 5k plus 4 x square plus k square minus 3k minus 4 x plus k square minus 4k is equal to 0 is an identity? So first of all thing, what is identity? Identity means the calculation or the equation given on the left hand side should be equal to on the right hand side. That means, so on the here the equation given should be equal to the left hand side right hand side, that is 0. So first of all, if we take the value of k from the options, so first three option won't satisfy the value of k in all three cases. But if we take the value as 4 and put the 4 in place of k, then we will see that the k equal to 4 satisfy this equation and become equal to 0. Let's see, put the 4 here. 4 4 ja 16 minus 4 5 ja 20 and plus 4. Okay, so as we see that the uh, coefficient of x square here becomes 0. That means this part becomes 0. Now moving on to the next. If we put k is equal to 4 here, 4 4 is 16 and 4 3 is 12, that is negative 12 and minus 4. That again cancel out each other. That means the coefficient of x also becomes 0. Now if we put k is equal to 4 here, 4 4 is 16 and 4 4 is 16. That means the constant term also becomes 0. That means the left hand side is equal to right hand side. So here there is no calculation or the anything extra that we need to do here. Just we need to take the option and put it into the equations. Now move on to the next option. If a square upon b square plus c square is equal to b square upon c square plus a square is equal to c square plus a square plus b square. So there are a lot of method to solve this question, but when we see options, the whole coefficient of this option is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Means all the answers are different. So what we need to do here is just put the a is equal to b is equal to c is equal to 1. A is equal to b is equal to c is equal to 1. So there is no complication here. And when we do so, we will get this that these three equation becomes equal. But when put the value of a b c 1 here in the value that has been asked to us, so we get 1 to the power 4 is equal to 4, b to the power 4 is equal to 4 and c to the power 4 is equal to 4. That means what we get? We get 3 as answer. 3 as answer. And similarly, if we see in the option number A of this question number 3, if we put A is equal to B is equal to C is equal to 1, then only option A is satisfied, that is equal to 3. That means our option is satisfying with the value of A, B, C is equal to 1. So this question is also solved with this method. Now let P is equal to 5 to the power 5, 15 to the power 15, 25 to the power 25, 35 to the power 35. So what we see here, q is equal to 10 to the power 10 and to 20 to the power 20, 30 to the power 30, 40 to the power 40. What is the number of consecutive zeros at the end of p plus q? So what we see, basically the number of zeros when we calculate when we are adding two numbers. That means if there is a number, suppose this is a number 2 3 4 0, and there is a number that is having infinite, suppose 6 5 zeros, 5 zeros here. Then what is the number of consecutive zeros when we add this number? Suppose here is 1, 0, 4. That means 1. So what we count is in the least number of zeros in the one of the number. So we see here in case of P that we found that there is no even number. That means no 2, 4, 6, 8. That means the if we just multiply them, there is 5. These number will break down into the form of odd numbers, and odd numbers multiply by any odd number, that is especially 5, that becomes 5. So unit digit will become 5, and here we will get the number of zeros. uh, Suppose x number of zeros, and when we add, we will get the unit digit as 5. That means there is no zero at the unit place. Now move on to the next. If x minus 5 is SCF of x square minus x minus p and x square minus qx minus 10, then what is the value of p plus q? So here what we need to earn that SCF, we know that SCF is a factor of the any equation. Suppose polynomial px and qx. That means what it becomes. So when we need to find out the value of x, then we will just simply put SCF is equal to 0. That means x minus 5 is equal to 0. X minus 5 is equal to 0. From here what we get? X is equal to 5. We get the value of x is equal to 5. And when we put this value of x is equal to 5, they will become 0 because this is the factor. There will be no remainder. If there would have been a remainder, then that remainder would have been left out. So when we put x is equal to 5, 5 5 is 25, minus 5 minus p is equal to 0. Okay, so from here what we get? P is equal to 20. P is equal to 20. Now we put 5 is equal to 5 here. 5 5 is 25, and minus 5 cube and minus 10. Minus 10 is equal to 0. Is equal to 0. And from here what we get? Q is equal to simply 3. We would get q is equal to 3. And when we add p plus q, it becomes 23. That is answer D. Okay, now move on to the next question. Which of the following expression can divide both the polynomial x cube plus 2x square minus 5x plus 2 and x cube plus 4x square plus x minus 6 exactly? That means this is saying there are two polynomial of degree 3, that which of these three options or the three polynomial can divide these polynomial of degree 3. That means there would be no remainder left. Means remainder will be 0. That means if we put uh, these is equal to 0, from here we get x is equal to 1, and here we will get minus 1 x is equal to, and here we will get minus 2. So if we put these value of x's in these two polynomials, that means if one of which will have a 0 as the final answer, will be completely divisible by that same polynomial. That means if in these three cases if we put just x is equal to 1, then this will satisfy both these equations, and none of these options will satisfy this condition. That means we can solve this with this method. Okay, let me just put the value of x in these two equations. 1 to the power 3 is equal to 1. 1 to the power 2 into 2 is equal to 2, and 1 into minus 5 is equal to minus 5, and plus 2. So here we see that 2 to 4 and 1 5 minus 5 is equal to 0. Okay, and in next, if we just put 1 is equal to here, 1 to the cube 1, 4 into 1 to the square 4, and plus 1 minus 6, plus 1 and minus 6. Here we also see that 1 plus 4 5 plus 1 6 minus 6 is equal to 0. That means x minus 1 is the factor of these two polynomials. So now move on to the next. Without stoppage, a train travels at an average speed of 60 km/h. This is the actual speed of train. It travels 60 km in 60 minutes. Okay. With stoppage, it run at an average speed of 40 km/h. That means 40 km in 1 hour, 60 minutes. But actually, when we see that actual speed of the train is what? Actual speed is 60 km in 1 hour. and it is running 48 kilometer an hour. That means it is taking rest of how many minutes? 12 minutes now. 12 minutes now. Because for 48, if this with this speed, it would have covered the it in 48 minutes. 48 minutes. Okay. So here we can just see that it has rested for 12 minutes, which is asked in the question how many minutes per hour does the train stop. Now move on to the next question. A person goes downstream at x kilometer per hour, upstream at y kilometer per hour by the same boat. What is the ratio of speed of boat to speed of water? Okay, this has been asked. Suppose this is a river, this is flow of water. Suppose it is A, speed A, and this is some boat. This is moving with a speed of B. So what will be downstream? Adding both B plus A. Okay, B plus A, which is given as X. B plus A is equal to X. And what is the upstream? Upstream means it would be traveling that way. Suppose C, suppose B, B minus A. That is given equal to Y. So from here, what we can say that if we add these two, X plus Y, we can get the speed of boat. What will be the speed of boat? Will be X plus Y by 2, X plus Y by 2, X plus Y by 2. And from here we can get the speed of current or the speed of river, X minus Y by 2, X minus Y by 2. Here X minus Y by 2. From here when we solve this, we get the X minus Y by 2. Okay, and when we divide these both, we will get X plus 1, X plus Y, and X minus Y, the ratios. So the SCF and LCM of two numbers P and Q is 44 and 4600. SCF, what is SCF? 44. Okay, what is SCF? LCM? 4620. Okay, when P is divided by 55, there is some number P, it is divided by 55. There is quotient 4, quotient is 4, and remainder is 0, remainder is 0. Okay, so from here we can easily calculate the one of the number, that will be, that is divisor into quotient, that means 220. 220, one of the number is 220. So what is the formula? SCF into LCM is equal to one number, that is P, into Q, second number. So we have the three given values, so we can easily find out the third value, that means 44 into 4620 divided by 55, 50, and sorry, 220, 220. Okay, and when we divide this, 44 carries 5 and 5 9, and at 100 place there is only one option, that is B, 924. Okay, now move on to the next. And be a greatest number will divide it 600, 631, and 724, leaving same remainder. We don't know what is the remainder. What is the value of n? So when we have been given with three numbers, and we need to find out the greatest number or the SCF, which will leave the same remainder when dividing these numbers. Then we simply take the difference. That is 31. From here we have just solved this question. We don't need to take further difference of the other two numbers. That means there is only one. These are all what is prime, and this is composite or odd. So there will be just 31. Moving to the next question. What is the LCM and 3.6, 0.009, 0.27 are the three numbers. So simply if we ignore here points, simply ignore points from the option and questions both. Then we find out that the least number will be 108. That will be divided by all three numbers without any problem. Move on to the next question. What is the greatest possible speed? at which a person can walk 30.3 kilometer and 20.9 kilometer, so that time required in each case is whole number. So simply what we have been given, the distance is given, and we have to find out the speed that can exactly divide these numbers, so that we have a exact time in hours. So we just take the options. Does 17 divide 133? That is answer is no. Does 19 divide 133? Answer is yes. And 19 also divide 209. So here also we have just ignored these points. Okay. So now moving on to the next question. What is the sum of all divisors of 256? 256. So first of all, if we see that the one of the divisor of 256 will be 256, and another will be 1. This is what we have basic we learn. So these two option eliminates itself. Now what we will see, we have just option, if we don't know any formulas, and we have to just add these number 1 2, then 4, that means 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1, and finally 256 is what, 2 2 to the 4, 8 16 32 64 128 and 256, which is 2 to the power 8. This is what, 2 to the power 8. Okay, so this series will lead to 2 to the power 8, and after finding out, we can add these numbers with the basic. But with the formula, what we need, just 2 to the power 9 minus 1. We just add 1 in the power and just subtract 1, and there is from the 2 to the power a and minus 1, there is only one option, that is a of this form. Now move on to the next question. Two consecutive natural number are always co-prime. What this is saying, co-prime number means they have no common factors. That means one will be consecutive natural number means one will be odd and another will be even, and they are always co-prime. That means answer A is right. And are relatively prime. Relatively prime, let's say these are 2 and 5. Another pair is 3 and 7. Both are relatively prime. M into n is always even. In this case, what we get? If we multiply these two numbers, we get 10. That means this is even. But in this case, what happens? 3 sevens are 21, which is not even. That means this statement is wrong. So here answer will be only 1. Now move on to the next question. What is the digit in unit place of this number? So this is basically ask the unit digit. So what we know, that after every 4 powers there is repetition in unit digit. So here what we will have, 9 to the power 1. Okay, 4 to the 8 plus 1. What here what we have, 7 to the power 7 to the power 3, and what we have here, 5, and what we will have here, 3. Here we will have 5 to the power 1, and here we will have 3 to the power 3. Okay. So what we generally study, that when we multiply, here all are odd numbers. When we multiply an odd number with 5, that means unit digit always will be 5. So here also we have direct answer without even using this statement, because all are odd numbers. Now move on to the next question. P is an square where n is an odd integer. Suppose there is an odd integer. Suppose minus 3 is an odd integer. We have taken the positive side. What will the remainder when p is divided by 8? So let's say squaring this number will give us 9, and when we divided it by 8, we will have remainder 1. And in each case, we will have remainder 1 when we use this form of n square. So answer is A. Now move on to the next question. The arithmetic mean of 100 observation is 50. 10 is added to each observation, then what will be the new arithmetic? As we know that when there is a mean given, suppose the mean is given 50, and if we have added 10 to each number, suppose we have 10 to each number, that means average will also be increased with 10. Okay, so here answer will be C. Move on to the next question. The number 59, 53, 51, 43, 36, and so on are written in descending order, and their median is 25. What is the value of x? So first of all, what we see, we have been given with certain options. So these are given in descending order. That means these two number will lie between 36 and 13. Let's put the option at the value of x. When we put minus 12 here, that means minus 12 into 8 minus 96 plus 1 minus 96 plus 1. That is negative number. That won't lie between uh, 36 and 13. That means this option is cut. Minus 12 is also here. This option is cut. So now let's move. If we just put minus 4 here, what we will get? Minus 4 into 8, that is minus 32 plus 1. Again, this is a negative number, so that won't lie between 36 and here. So this is also cutted. That means B. We will have only answer B, which will lie here. Now move on to the next. A minute hand of clock is 15 centimeter. Suppose this is minute and this is 15 centimeter, and sweeps an area 15 pi. Suppose it moves this area 15 pi. It would have covered a certain angle, that is, let's say, theta. Okay. So what is basically the formula of area? Formula of area is pi r square 4n square, because it will move in square. Okay. And this is simple quadrant. Okay. So what is theta upon 360? That is what we have area of a sector. Okay. Into pi r square. Pi r square. What is radius? Radius will be the length of minute hand. That means 15 into 15. Okay. Which is what? Equal to 15 pi. We have been given 15 pi, the value of this 15 pi. Okay. From simply here 15 pi is cancelled out with 15 pi, and theta we will get 360. Move here and 15 divide the 360, and this will give us answer what? 15 to the 30, and 15 4 is 60. That means 24 degree. Move on to the next. The volume of a cube is 8 cube, 8 centimeter cube is equal to volume of a cuboid. Suppose this is volume of cube, which is 8. Okay. And volume of cuboid of length x. Suppose this is volume of cuboid. So CB also 8. But this has length what? X, Y, and Z. Okay. So what is volume? This will be given with x by x into, sorry, x into y into z. Okay. But what this is saying, x, y, z are natural number, and x is greater than y is greater than z. So what we can say from here, that if these all three are natural number and different natural number, so this 8 will be the it will be after the multiplying these three number. That means these three will be the factor of 8. What are the factor of 8? 1, 2, 4, and 8. Okay. So what will be the only case? If we let's say x is equal to 8, that means these two, both number need to be 1 and 1, but these are all different number. That means we can't take x as 8. So if we take x as 4, then rest of the two number would have been 2 and 1, and this will be the only case. This will be the only case. So there will be n is equal to 1. What is the n number of such cuboids? There will be only one such cuboid, that will be having 8 centimeter cube as their volume, and all the three dimensions are different. Now move on to the next question. A circle is inscribed in an equilateral triangle. This is an equilateral triangle. Okay. What is the radius of circle? So we can't just find out the radius of circle. Okay. A circle is, some circle is inscribed in this. Okay. So area of triangle is so what is basically what we how we find out the radius of in circle is basically r is equal to a by 2 root 3. That means side divided by 2 root 3, 2 root 3. So what we need to find out here is a. What we need to find out here is a. That means from the area we can find out the value of a. That means this is correct statement. We can get the answer from statement 1. And from here also, if we see from statement 2, perimeter also we can find out the value of E. So in both case, uh, either either statement or statement alone can answer, okay, can answer, okay. Without even solving, we can just say this if we have just idea of small concept. So let's see. PQRS are respectively the midpoint of ABC, uh, AB, BC, CD, DA, and it is a rhombus. Suppose this is some rhombus ABCD, BCD, having as we know that opposite side are parallel and all side are equal. Okay, so this is some set, and in the midpoints are P, Q, and R and S. And this is saying these points are joined. That means these are joined. Okay, is a cyclic quadrilateral. So what we know that when we join the midpoint of the rhombus, it becomes a square, and a square is a cyclic quadrilateral. That means we can get the answer without using statement. Without using statement 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Okay, now move on to the next question. XYZ be a three-digit number and difference between XYZ and ZYX is equal to PQR. Is P plus R equal to Q? So here simply this is saying there is some number XYZ, three-digit number. Let's suppose 987, some number. Okay. Difference between the XYZ. This is same number and ZYX. That means we need to just Z, Y is same, and X is and here put at the unit place. So what is the difference of these two numbers? 79 8, 17 minus 8 9, and 871. Okay, 198 is difference between these two numbers. So what is this? This is saying this is some number PQR, PQR, PQR. Okay, so P plus R. What is P plus R? That means this number 1 and this number 8. P plus R is equal to what? 1 plus 8 is equal to 9. Is this equal to Q? Yes. So here we get answer even without using this statement. So here without using statements. Okay. So we get the answer 1 and 2. Okay. Now move on to the next question. There is some equation for next two items follow. There is P, this is Q, and which of the following is correct? So what we see here, see that in the both cases there these are in term of sin theta and cos theta. So we simply what we say theta is equal to 19 we can put, or sin theta is equal to 1. Okay, sin theta is equal to 1 and cos theta is equal to 0, because cos s 90 is 0. So when we put these value, what we get in case of P? P is 1 upon 102, 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 by 2. We get the value of P is 2. And in case of Q, what we get? What is 1 plus sin theta? That means 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. And what is 1 plus sin theta? That is 2. That means 1. Okay. By value putting here, from here we can get the value of P and Q. And when we put the value in B, only B, this satisfies. That means 2 into 1 by 2 into 1 is equal, minus 1 is equal to 0. Only B satisfies the option. And when we put the value of P and Q here in this equation, that means 1 by 2 plus, that is 1 by 1 1, Q, that is 1, and 1 by 1 by B, that means 2. Okay, what we will get here from here? 2 and 1, 3 by 2. into 3, that is 9 by 2. That will be answer C. Now move on to the next question. A person borrows a sum of 16,000 on a simple interest. What is the formula of simple interest? We know simple interest formula. What is formula of simple interest? P into R into T. P into R into T by 100. This is simple formula. Okay. So now here this is saying a person borrows 60,000 on a simple interest at beginning of a year. After 4 months, 24,000 more is borrowed at a rate of double the interest. Suppose this is 60,000 is borrowed at 8%, R%. That means if we from here if we just put the value 60,000 into some rate R. Okay, and what is time? Time is 1 year, and divided by 100. Okay, so in first case what we will get, 160 R is simple interest earned at 16,000, 160 R. In second case, what it is saying, what it is saying, after 4 months 24 more thousand is borrowed. That means this 24,000 will be borrowed for 8 months. This 24,000 will be borrowed for 8 months. Okay, so what is this? SI 2, SI 2. Okay, after putting the value 24K into, this is some R percent same. What is time? Here time is 8 month and total time is 12 months. That means 8 by 12 will be the time, and simply divided by 100. Okay, when we cut this with two zeros, and this 4 2 is 8, 4 3 is 12, and 3 8 is 24, and 8 2 is 160. It is what? 160 R, and it is what? 3 8 is 24, and 160 R. Okay, 160 R. At the end of the year, total interest earned is what? Both loans is 4,800. What is total interest earned is 4,800. But here we see that in the second case the rate is double. That means this is 2R. That means what will be our interest? If we see here and putting the value here 2R. So 8 2 is 16 2 is 32. Okay, 32 R. Okay, so we have seen that the total assemble interest earned is 4,800. Means adding both these, which is equal to 480 R, 480 R, which is equal to 4,800, 4,800. So simply from here we get the R is equal to 10. R is equal to 10, 10%. Okay, okay. So in the second question it asks what is the ratio of interest on the first loan to interest on second loan. So basically what it is asking, it is asking the ratio of these two. That means 1:2. That is simple. Answer number A. Now move on to the next question. So this is asking P plus Q plus R is equal to 0. Then what is the value of Z to the power P square upon QR and Q square upon RP? So simply what we will see do here is putting the minus one value P and another value 1. Sorry, one value 1, 1 and minus 2. Okay, two value we have put here is 1 1 and another is minus 2, because we can't simply put 1 minus 1 and 0, because when one of the value in 0 will, it will make the infinite. So what we have seen that when there is a same number having a different power, then these power get add. So now just we we'll have z to the power this, and put the value of this p q r here. P square, that means 1, and q into r, that is minus 2. Okay, plus what is q square? Q square means 1. What is r? That is minus 2 into p, minus 2, that is minus 2. Okay, what is r square? That is 2 to the 4, and what is p into q? That is 1. Okay, from here we see that this makes the minus 1, and 4 minus 1 is equal to 2, that is z to the power 3. Okay, that is the answer D. Now move on to the next question, and that is if 1 upon x is equal to 1 upon p plus 1 upon q, then what is the value of this equation? So simply here what we will see, do here is simply by putting the value. Let's say p is equal to 1, p is equal to 2, and q is equal to 3. Okay, we will just taken the value of p and q is equal to 1, because when we see here the same value of p and q, here we will have p minus q, that means become a 0 in denominator, which is not possible. So from here we just need to find out the value of x, that is 1 upon x, 1 upon p, that is 1 by 2, plus q, 1 by q, that means 1. Okay, from here what we will have? We will have 2 and 2 and 1, 3, 3 by 2. Okay, from here what we will get? The value of x is equal to 2 by 3. Okay, 2 by 3. Now we have to just put the value here. P into q is equal to 2, p square 2 to the 4, minus 1 square 3. Okay, x plus p. What is x plus p? 2 by 3 plus 2, 3 to the 6 or 2, 8 by 3. Okay, what is x minus p? That is 2 by 3 minus 2. That is 2 by 3 minus 2, that is 3 to the 6 minus 2 is equal to 4 by 3, minus what is x plus q? X is 2 by 3 plus 1, 3 1 3 or 2, 5, 5 by 3 upon x minus q, 2 by 3 minus 3 1 3 minus 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 3. Okay, from here we just simply cut the 3 to 3, 3 to 3. Okay, here what we will get? Just 4 divide this 8 by 2 times, and there is simply minus 1. 2 minus 5 is equal to minus 3, minus 3 into 2 by 3. Okay, so from here what we will have answer as minus 2 as our answer, that is 1. E. Now move on to the next question. In what duration of time will uh, 3300 become 3399 at 12% per annum interest compounded quarterly? So what it is saying, that it has made the time quarter, that means 1 by 4. That means in 1 year there will be 4 quarters, that means time is equal to 40. Suppose 40 or 4 years it becomes. Okay, time. So what we will do with our rate of interest? We will do the same things with our rate of interest, that will just divide it by 4, that means rate will become 3%. 3%. Okay, so we see here that uh, how much it has increased from 3300 to 3099, that is 99. At what? 3300. And if we found out the percentage, 20 to 20, that is 3%. Okay, so in 1 quarter there is a rate of 3%, that means it will take just 1 quarter to get that amount. Okay, that means answer number A. Now move on to the next question. Let x square plus bx, let x square plus bx plus c if the sum of the root is equal to product of the equation, product of the root of the equation, and q is equal to 0, then which of the following statement is are correct? So what we have done here is q can be a perfect square, So without even using these two statements, these statement of this, q can be perfect square. Of course, q can be a perfect square. Suppose this complete is a zero. This is zero. That means q can be a perfect square. Okay. Now move on to the next. Q is positive for all real values of x. This is not possible. Q can't be positive for all real values of x. There will be some values. Suppose q can be 0. Suppose if I put x is equal to 0 here, then it will become 0. It will become 0, and c is also become 0. That means it can also become 0. So that means only statement 1 is correct, and this is not correct. Okay. Now move on to the next question. That is, uh, this equation is given and ask divisible by how many natural number less than 10. Less than 10. Okay. So what we will just do here, convert this into 3 to, in a 3 to the power something. So 27 is 3 to the power 3. That will become 3 to the power 3 to the power 27. That will become 81. 3 to the power 81. Minus, what is 9? 9 is 3 to the power 2. That means it will make the 3 to the power 2 to the power 40. That means 3 to the power 80. Okay. And what is the last number? 3 to the power 79. Okay. And when we just take the common 3 to the power 79 as common. Okay. So what will be in bracket? 3 to the power 2, that is 9, minus 3 to the power 1, that is 3, and that is 1. Okay. So here what will be 3 to the power 79. Okay. That now if we see here in the bracket, what will 3 and 1 4, 9 minus 4 is equal to 5. So this complete number is divisible by 5, and here there is a 3. That means it will be divisible by 3. 3 to the power multiple, that means it can also be divisible by 9. So and every number is divisible by 1. That means less than 10 it has 4 division, more than 3. That means answer number D. Now moving on to the question number 22. That is the last question. If the SCF of P and Q, P greater than Q is G, then which of the following is are correct? So it is saying that two numbers having SCF G, P and Q. So in the first statement it has just P and P plus Q. So completely it has G. Of course this has G. Suppose if I have 8, okay, and I have 4, okay. So if I have SCF of these two number is 4, okay. If I say I have 8 and 8 or 4 12, okay, then what will I have? I will have 4 as their SCF again. So this is statement is correct in this regard. And similar case will be happen with this. If I have 8 and 4, and then if I subtract 8 from 4, that means 4. And now if I find out the SCF of 8 and 4, that will be 4. So I have in both cases I will have the same SCF. That means both the statement are correct. So I have just solved around 35 questions in this video, which are all on the basic concept. Not much of the calculation is involved. If there is a little knowledge, that is even 8th class student can solve these all questions. So if you like this video, please like the video, subscribe the channel, and thank you.